Welcome to our new series, the Shaky Camera series. You're joining me, Harvard campus, the first of many campuses to which I will travel on my way back to Los Angeles. Along the way, we will attempt to answer the question posed by BLM and other groups: should we decolonialize our Western canon, our so-called Western canon? Now you may ask, what is the Western canon? Western, in this case, referring to the fountain of our civilization, the beginnings of our civilization, originating with the Greeks and the Romans, of course, who had their roots going all the way back to the ancient Middle East and modern-day Iraq. Such cultures as the Sumerians, Babylonians, Assyrians, Akkadians, so forth. There's a wellspring of a common tradition in our greatest literary works. That's what we mean by the Western canon. And our Western canon is informed by such authors and titles ranging from Homer's Iliad and the Odyssey through Virgil's The Aeneid to such medieval masters as Dante, and of course on till we reach the likes of Chaucer, William Shakespeare, John Milton, culminating in the efforts of such great authors as the writer of Madame Leclerc and of course Virginia Woolf, Doris Lessing, Sylvia Plath, Maya Angelou, etc., etc. Now, having established that there is indeed a Western canon, in this series we will attempt to once again, once and for all, decide, along with BLM and other postmodernist groups, postmodernists as far as academia is concerned, should we decolonialize our bookshelves? But first, I would like to address this question by going over a few representative titles. Ironically, the first title in the series is not part of the Western canon, but I've included it because it contains those elements in literature which are to be found in the best of the masterworks of literature which are part of the Western canon. And the book to which I bring your attention is Beauty and Love by Shaykh Ghalib. This long poem written by Sheikh, born 1757, died 1799, who was the head of the whirling dervishes of Pera, is in the traditional form of Turkish epic poems in which the two halves of each verse rhyme. It is an allegory of the universe. A girl, Beauty, symbolizing the divine beauty, is wooed by Love, who represents the human soul with all of its aspirations. In the beginning, Beauty loves Love, and finally, through the force of the divine love, recognizes this fact and reciprocates. He then starts out through the world in search of something that is worthy to be presented to his beloved. After many experiences, he is led to the conclusion that love is beauty, and beauty is love, and finally passes within the veil of beauty. The language of the poem is filled with the Arab and Persian words that were the stock and trade of the Turkish of the period. But the poem itself expresses some of the higher thoughts and aspirations of the religion of Islam in a figurative form. I'd also like to point out that this idea of attributes, beauty and love, go back or all the way to Plato, who of course enshrined the teachings of his beloved mentor Socrates. It was Socrates through Plato who was given to us the idea of these three great attributes: goodness, beauty, and truth. Now, this 18th century poet, Shaykh Ghalib, Turkish poet, would extend that from beauty to love. Once again, I would like to point out that this beautiful Turkish epic poem encapsulates the best of those elements in literature which we say constitute the Western canon. And lastly, I'd like to reiterate, it is an allegory of the universe. Contemplate that. Think about it as you contemplate further the question, Should we decolonialize the Western Canon? Thank you for joining us today, and we will continue with another title on another day. This marks the beginning of our first week on the Harvard campus. I would also like to point out that we are in no way connected with Harvard University or Harvard College. I am a traveling scholar on his way back to LA, and along the way I've decided that I would visit some of America's greatest campuses, starting with Harvard. Thank you, and please support this channel.